Coming up on Hands on Tech, I talk with Matthew Casanelli about the new AirPods Pro and Amazon's new Echo Buds. It's a head-to-head, or should I say ear-to-ear comparison. Stay tuned. There'll be less jokes than that horrible one.
This is Twit.
This episode of Hands on Tech is brought to you by Epson's EcoTank printers. This holiday season, kiss expensive cartridges goodbye. Check out epson.com/EcoTankLeo to learn more. Alrighty, folks, we are back from the break, and it is time to talk about the latest and greatest in hearable technology, I think is what we're calling it now.
Hearables. I forgot about that.
I'm trying to get on board with that, but I don't know how to feel about it just yet.
Yeah, it's like headphone, because they're not all. It's like earphones. I don't know. But
yeah, wearables and hearables, and I mean, if we have smart shoes, what do we call those? Those are also wearables, though.
Kickables.
Kickables, the new Lunchables snack. All right, so that's what it reminded me of, as like a kid in elementary school. I've got Kickables. So I think you have both as well.
Yes.
We're calling them the Echo Buds.
They're called Echo Buds.
Okay, good.
I keep writing down the ALEXA buds. But yeah, it's Echo Buds.
That's right. So Amazon was smart enough to know that if they called them something else, then people who talk about these products on the regular would not call them by their name. So they are the Echo Buds and the AirPods Pro. So the pluralization there happens on AirPods because, as we know from Strunk and White and all sorts of grammar teachings as youngsters, the pluralization goes on the more important part of the compound word. So AirPods Pro.
It's like, I definitely can tell when I write it, AirPods Pro seems good, but then when I'm talking about my AirPods Pro, it starts to be like my AirPods Pros, AirPod Pros. Like,
wait, so you start to sound like what is that old movie where they were aliens and it was Coneheads. That's what,
yeah,
that's what my AirPods Pro. Anyway, we've got both of them, and I have been trying out both of them as often as I can, and have as of late been using the AirPods Pro a little bit more frequently, I have to admit, because it is the set of devices that I use on the regular, and so the AirPods have been great for that. However, I got the Echo Buds first, and so I was able to give them a good bit of try for a while. And so Amazon did a smart thing, in my opinion, by partnering with Bose on this product. So the noise cancellation feature is Bose's noise cancellation, which Bose is known for some pretty good noise cancellation. The headphones themselves I found them to be comfortable. They are lightweight. The microphone picks up my voice. They have a lot of different adjustment options. So one of the things is that they not only provide multiple sizes for the ear tip, but also there's a rubber ring that you can wrap around the bud that has a little arm that sticks out, and so it fits perfectly into your ear. So you kind of pop in the bud and then slide it forward, and it locks in place. If you've ever used fitness earbuds, then you're probably familiar with that little wing or that little bud that sticks out. And so I like the different adjustment options that are available with these. I also think that the charging case is quite nice. They lock in.
Big.
It is a little big. That's true. It's about the size of a business card, but obviously thicker. I don't know what to compare it to. It's a little bit bigger than a Tic Tac box, not a TikTok box.
I'd say it's got to be at least 50% bigger than the AirPods Pro case, though. And the AirPods Pro case, AirPod Pros is already bigger than the original AirPods case. So it's not an insignificant difference.
It's a hefty little buddy.
Yeah, like it'll form an outline in your jeans pocket if you're a guy like that. So it's I think that's I think that's probably fine though. I was actually fairly impressed with the Echo Buds. I do think so. I thought when you were first saying Microsoft did a good move before you said pairing with Bose, I thought you were going to say launching them after AirPods Pro came out, because Apple was like, hey, by the way, this just kind of dropped it somewhat out of nowhere. And then Amazon had announced Echo Buds, but didn't actually put a release date. And then they were like, same day. Like, and then I didn't actually end up getting mine until Friday. So I haven't tested it as long. And also I should note too, I think they're only 150, maybe 160, but they're like $100 cheaper than AirPods Pro. But I found, I don't know, what did you think of comparing them?
Yeah, so Echo Buds are $130.
Oh yeah, that's pretty good actually.
The one problem with the Echo Buds, the only thing that I can complain about these, because I do think that they sound pretty, for a pair of in-ear buds, they sound quite good, and the noise cancellation is great, and the transparency feature is great, and like I said, the multi-sizing options is great, and yes, it's a large charging case, but aside from that, all good, all great. The one thing is that unless you have it connected to a device that has the Amazon Assistant app, ALEXA, on it, you cannot use ALEXA. And so if I just randomly, for example, I had trouble finding out how to do this, but I wanted to watch a Netflix show not on my iPad. I think I wanted to watch it on the Mac specifically. And so I had to look up the pairing process for just normal Bluetooth. Finally found it, was able to get it connected. And there you can't use the ALEXA Smart Assistant. So it needs to be able to connect to a device. It's more than just connecting to a device that has internet. It's connecting to a device that has internet, but being able to relay through the ALEXA app to make it happen. So that's my one disappointment with those. Go ahead.
No, I was just going to say, like, I think I had a similar thing where when I was in that app, I tried to play music and it couldn't find the earbuds, because it normally can find like a Echo that's connected, but it was like trying to play it like it said to choose the room that only has lights in it. And I was like, I don't know what's going on here, but...
This episode of Hands on Tech is brought to you by Epson. This holiday season, kiss expensive ink cartridges goodbye. The Epson EcoTank printer comes with a ridiculous amount of ink in the box, so you can print thousands of pages. It has super-sized, easy-to-fill ink tanks, which means you will never hassle with buying or changing ink cartridges again. So when you're thinking about the perfect holiday gift, add the EcoTank printer to your holiday shopping list so you can just fill and chill. Check out EcoTank printers at Best Buy, Staples, or at epson.com/EcoTankLeo. As far as the AirPods go, I genuinely was surprised and delighted at the quality of the noise cancellation. Yeah. So I have been blown away by it, honestly.
That's what I was going to say. It is bad timing, basically, to have... I mean, the AirPods are like $120 more, so it almost is a different level, but because they added the noise cancellation thing, they're naturally just going to be compared. And I just noticed that when you put in AirPods Pro and you turn on noise cancellation, it just kind of goes silent. Like it does feel like it goes like, and just like the noise stops. But when you wear the Echo Buds, it's like piping in white noise. And so you can hear, even like now we're recording a Skype thing and I can hear like a little buzz or whatever just from natural audio feedback, and that's always present instead of actually silent. And so that's slightly less ideal. And then I did find also that the transparency sounded like it was like being like a little bit like her talking through a mic, like it didn't, versus transparency with the AirPods Pro, or I guess it's pass through on the buds and then transparency is the name on AirPods, and that was a little bit smoother. Like it doesn't sound awkward, the audio that's coming through, like it's
breaker 19.
Yeah, like being filtered through something. So I do find that seems a lot smoother on the AirPods, and is like, I think that detail too went from being like, wow, this is really impressive, to like, yes, the Echo Buds it's like less noticeable. I noticed that. Well, I noticed that it was less noticeable.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it was like when I put in the AirPods, it's like very clear that suddenly all the sound is wiped out versus the Echo Buds. I almost just like didn't notice any noise versus it being clearly canceled out. So it's like a subtle difference, but that detail did like delight me more than the Buds. But it's I am trying to check my biases, but like another thing too was I was setting up something else wearing the Echo Buds and one of them fell out because I was bent over, and just the way the design is, it's kind of like the tip is at the bottom and then the rest of the bud wraps around your ear canal. And then since I was upside down, that like natural weight was the opposite and just like fell out. So, I mean, that's not always as common, but if you're bending over to like scoop your dog's poop and then you drop your earbud into it, like that's actually a common thing that you should be concerned about with these.
I didn't want to think about that. Yeah.
But I've been doing the AirPods Pro cancellation, and also for any Siri shortcuts users, there is a shortcut action to switch transparency mode and noise mode or noise cancellation back and forth. But doing stuff like filling up my gas at the gas station and stuff like that was like lots of that machines going, cars are driving by, and then it was just kind of like whoop, and pulled a lot of the sound out, and it was like nice listening experience along the way. I haven't actually tested the Echo Buds outside as much right now. It's a lot more home type noises, but like fridge hums, and I live on a busy street corner and there is like a lot of noise throughout the day, and I feel like I've had a pretty productive day because I've been ignoring all of that. Like I just don't hear those tiny little distractions of cars driving by all the time, and people like to stand outside our house and have conversations, and it's like, I'm working right here, please. So these are actually like, I feel like I'm a pro now or something.
Oh yeah. Quibbles about pro monikers aside, I have been impressed with these, and I see why people who have really been, who've tried them out seem to want to definitely keep them and stick with them. But it is nice, again, like you said earlier, the price difference means that these can't quite fairly be compared.
Yeah.
And that is obviously part of the conversation that needs to be had there. But whatever you choose, I think if you're looking for a pair of in-ear headphones that do offer noise cancellation and have some sort of support for smart assistant, because you can trigger Apple's smart assistant using the Echo Buds as well. So if you want to have a smart assistant sort of in your ear at the ready, regardless of which you buy, I think that you can be happy with the purchase that you make. It's just going to depend on how much. If you've never used noise cancellation stuff before, then you're going to definitely be happy with either or. But if you are usually using some big, beautiful cans that offer noise cancellation features, then you'll probably not be happy with either, but you'll be more happy with what Apple is doing than you will be with what Amazon is doing. And I should point out that the AirPods Pro are Bluetooth headphones. And so while they don't offer some of the quick switching features and quick connect features that you get with if you use a whole iOS system or macOS system, you can still use them as regular Bluetooth.
Does the noise cancellation work on Android for AirPods Pro?
Well, actually, now you've got me. See, so
got to test that.
Yeah,
we can follow up with it.
First and second generation of AirPods work just fine. They didn't have noise cancellation, obviously, and they work just fine on Android devices. And in fact, Daniel Bader of Android Central wrote up a piece where at the time he said the AirPods were the best truly wireless earbuds for Android, even for Android users, even.
Yeah.
And for Android users, even. So I'm curious if the AirPods Pro, I'll have to give that a go this evening, and we'll follow up with that. Did you get your phone, by the way?
That's what I was just going to say. I can try it too, because I just got an Android phone, one of the Twit's older ones, through. So I'll be testing that out firsthand now, which is good. But
excellent.
It is. I mean, it's good that I do like. It's like I prefer the AirPods Pro, but I could totally feel okay recommending the Echo Buds to people because the sound does sound good. And I had a couple. I'm not a huge fan of how loud you have to say the wake word in order for the device to trigger. I had at least 6 failures while I was just sitting there saying like, hey, play some music, because I had to be like, hey, play some music. And like just the difference between slightly enunciating it versus saying it in just like my normal tone didn't actually get the Echo Buds. And as somebody who is generally using something like AirPods, I was like pretty frustrated by that I was just like, I don't want to have to enunciate every time I want to use this. So I do think the AirPods are also better at like low volume wake triggers, probably because they're literally pointed at your mouth also versus the Echo Buds are on the side. But what did you think of the double tap and the like taps to trigger stuff? Because AirPods just moved away from that basically.
Yeah, so I was tapping them as if they were AirPods, and it's not the same thing. So with AirPods,
it had to be a lot slower. It was like tap tap. If
and
you went
you
tap
didn't
tap,
have to press
it
as
didn't work.
hard either. With AirPods, it was using like accelerometer stuff, and these actually, the sides of them are capacitive, and so you can do a light, gentle. And I'm over here bop bop bopping my ears, and I had to relearn how to do it. So yeah, at first it was a little bit annoying, but after I realized, oh, this is a different mechanism, I adjusted the way that I did it, and then it got easier for me, and I was okay with it. I like the new force button on the AirPods, and I don't even think necessarily the force button itself is what I like. It's that little clicking sound it makes whenever you press them.
Those are both smooth too. It's like you can click, you press once and it simulates a click, so it does feel like it clicks. And that's like play, double is next track. And I think you can do triple for back a track.
I think so.
But then also long press and hold can switch the transparency mode, or you can set it up to trigger Siri too.
Oh, I didn't realize that one.
Yeah.
So if you don't want to say, hey, boo boo out loud, then you can just go.
Yeah, it's not. Because that is like, I mean, that's the test. I got to take this on BART and just be like, I want to say the trigger. I'm just going to say it. It's like, just like Alexa, turn on the lights, and people like on BART probably will be like, what? Because it is.
Oh,
I mean, I guess
right.
turning on the lights doesn't make sense, but it is like a lot more people, especially because I think Siri is just like, doesn't sound as loud, or it's like Alexa, or God, I'm saying it over and over again, but just like in somebody's home, you're used to that, and then you never hear it anywhere else. So I think I saw a reviewer who was like, people were staring at me because I was triggering it in the middle of like the street.
That makes sense. Now I understand why you would want to just push the button, because that is a different sound than just if you were speaking and saying, hey, change the music. You might be talking on the phone or something, but if you, hey, exactly. Boo boo, I want to listen to this. Yeah, that's a good point. That's I hadn't considered that. Yeah, and I guess if you're on public transportation, most people are like, do you have an Echo Tower plugged in somewhere?
Yeah, exactly. It is.
Did you
just
think
like
that the train is ALEXA enabled? Because I don't think that's the case. Yeah. Well, that I think covers our conversation on Echo Buds and AirPods Pro. Unless you had any last thoughts there. I'm liking the different ear tip options again for both.
Yeah. I haven't tried out those wingtips for the Echo Buds, so I'll have to do that.
They're complicated to put on.
But AirPods too. I was like, I was going to tear these apart. Yeah. So it's a little, but once I did it once, I was then like, okay, I know how much it needs. But like the first time I was like, I'd never heard anyone mention how bad this was.
Should I pull harder or not? Yeah, that's
you have to like get your finger in the little
notch. Yeah. And then click them. They're clickable, which is nice. And Renee Ritchie, who covered them, went to Apple or whatever. You can buy replacement ear tips and your size thing for like, I don't know, was it $265 or I think it was like $365 or something. So I can go in and get. I'm curious, like, can you? I don't know if you can buy them online. I haven't checked that, but I'm curious if I walked into an Apple store and said, "Hi, I would like to buy 10 pairs of medium-sized tips for my AirPods Pro." If they let me buy 10 pairs. Or if they only let you buy one or something. I'm curious about that because I would just have a bunch and then after a month I would switch on a new one because I'm a terrible person.
Yeah.
Keep up with all the hottest tech news and gadgets. Visit twit.tv. There you'll be able to find and subscribe to all our tech shows. Thanks for watching Hands on Tech.